know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really not with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Now I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are looking to get cheap and instant Madden 18 coins, be sure to head over to muttcoinbank.com and use promo code MAZE at checkout for 10% off. Today, I am coming at you guys with a very effective offensive scheme that I've been running online and getting pretty good results with. I already mentioned it in a video or two ago that I'm going to be going over this scheme, and the formation is out of his pistol bunch tight end. This formation is in the Jets playbook, and it's in the Saints playbook, and I know it's in a few others, but those are just the two that I've ran it out of. Let me know in the comments what other playbooks this formation is in, but Jets and Saints, I know it's in. I'm in the Jets right now, but pistol bunch tight end is a very effective running and passing formation. I like it a lot. It's got some good plays out of it. So there's 5 or 6 good plays out of this formation I like to run, but there's only 4 main ones. So what you're gonna wanna do before you do anything is go into your audibles, and as you know now in Mutt, you can customize your audibles. So when you go into the formation, press L2, and it's gonna show up your base audibles that the formation starts with. So stick and PA curls, I absolutely never run. So I'm gonna switch those right now to spot option for in place of stick, and then in place of PA curls, I'm gonna change it to cross drag. So these are 2 really good plays I run a lot. Those are actually the 2 main pass plays I run, and then halfback zone is the main running play. So to start, let's go over spot option, and the reason I'm going to start with this one is because there's actually a cover 3 beater for a 1-play touchdown out of spot option that is super simple, and so I'm going to call spot option, and then on defense we're going to start against the cover 3, and then we're going to go against a random defense just to show you how to make reads off of it and stuff like that. So as you see, on defense we got the cover 3, and then on offense we called spot option. Now if you didn't like the look you were given, you could obviously audible into a different play, into a run play, whatever you'd like, but for the sake of this video we're just going to start with spot option. And like I said, there is a very simple cover 3 beater for a 1-play touchdown out of this formation. I'm sure this is what a lot of you are looking for out of this scheme, is a 1-play touchdown or something like that. And now I will say this to start, like most cover 3 beaters that I've ran this year, and I've found a few in different playbooks, they're hit or miss. For some reason, I don't know why. Sometimes they work online, sometimes they don't. A lot of times in practice mode you can get them to work, but for some reason when you get online, I just don't know what the reason is why some of them work and some of them don't. But basically you can max protect because the only routes that matter are the ones from the 3 receivers on the left. So all you're gonna do is fade Brown, that slot receiver right there. Put him on a fade and your cover 3 beater is set up. You don't have to max protect if you'd rather put him on a slant or an in route or something like that. Now the reason I max protect is because on my Mutt team, my receivers have the playmaker chemistry, and so I max protect, and that way I only have those 3 routes. And so if the cover 3 beater doesn't work and the corner route is covered, my square receiver has playmaker. So to start, I'm just going to show you what you can do with that playmaker. You can just playmaker him up the field. You can playmaker him right or left depending on what's open. If you have that playmaker, it's a really good option on that little stick route by the square receiver to just playmaker him to the open part of the field. But back to the cover 3 beater, all you're going to do is fade Brown, and the rest is going to be done by the corner. I'll roll out a little bit here, and as you see, Brown is going to be open to the left side right there. Cover 3 beater, 1-play touchdown. It works well in practice mode. It really does. It works every single time, and I'm not really sure why online it works a little bit different. I think in regs it's going to work a lot better, but in Mutt for some reason, because people's ratings are so different and they have different traits and stuff, it's kind of hit or miss, but it does definitely work sometimes, you guys. And as you see, we got Blaine Gabbert at quarterback. So every throw is not gonna be perfect from Blaine Gabbert. He kind of sucks, but I'm gonna run it one more time and give you guys a little bit of a better view for the instant replay. Hopefully that's a good throw. And Blaine Gabbert overthrowing him once again. All right, I don't know why Blaine Gabbert's in. I think Carson Palmer got injured or something, but I'm gonna throw it one more time and hopefully this is a better throw. There we go. All right, he got tackled there, but I'm gonna go to the replay and show you guys why that beats a cover 3 for 1-play touchdown. So basically the only routes that matter are the corner route and this fade route. So when the corner route is ran, it's a little bit deep, so this guy is trying to play it right here. He's trying to stay on the corner a little bit, and he thinks, as I said in my last cover 3 beater, he thinks this guy is going to be able to cover the fade route going up the field. But because it's a fade route and he's starting to fade towards the outside, if you pass lead him to the left, as you see, that is right when I threw it, as the ball left my hand, you see he kind of has to start breaking left. The safety's not going to be able to get there because he's already to the outside of him, and then you pass lead him even more to the outside, and that's how he gets open on the sideline. So I'm just going to run it one more time for you guys, and for those of you who don't know what I mean when I say pass lead him to the outside, I just mean when you're throwing the ball, put your analog stick in the direction of where you want the ball to go. So I'm going to put the analog stick to the left toward the sideline, so when he throws it, it's going to kind of lead him outside towards the sideline. If you guys don't know what pass leading is, I would suggest brushing up on the basics, and as you see, every time in practice mode, online, you're not gonna have as good a success, but if someone's spamming cover 3, I would definitely recommend running this. But that's not all you can do out of this play. Obviously, the cover 3 beater is nice, but also what you can do is once you fade, circle, you can put Fitzgerald on a flat route and then put Gresham on an in route. And the reason I like to do this is just make a simple read on that guy right there. As you see, he wasn't playing hard flat, so I'm just gonna throw it to Fitzgerald, get 5 yards. This is an offensive scheme again, you guys, so you're not always gonna be wanting to run these one-play touchdowns. Those are just situational every now and then to try to make your opponent think about it a little bit. But basically, you're gonna make a read on that corner. And as you see, again, he's not playing in the flats, so that's another 10 yards right there. Now, if he does decide to play in the flats, as you see, I just switched it to a hard flat. Obviously, it's not as simple in a game that people might be playing cloud flats or something like that. But if he does play in the hard flat, you can definitely hit this corner route right here and take that for 15-20 yards also. If they're in a hard flat and you throw the corner route, this corner route is a little bit flatter than some other ones. Obviously, it still worked there, but if you have a guy with really good zone coverage, sometimes when you throw the ball, they're gonna be able to jump up and intercept that. So what I might recommend to combat that a little bit is, oh, I forgot to call hard flat again. So they're, again, throwing it to the flats, getting 10 yards, but I'll call hard flat this next time. So what I'm gonna do to try to beat that, so you see I'm putting him in a hard flat. To kind of like minimize the risk when throwing that corner, what you might wanna do is throw a low pass. You see there, a low pass is going to be a very safe pass as long as no one's underneath the route. It's not going to be leading him out up towards the corner who's playing deep, and it's not going to be putting it out where the flat zone could get it. Now, the reason I like to put Gresham on an in route is because if your opponent knows that you have been going to this corner concept a lot, he might start to user over here and user that corner route. And so if the user goes over there and you have your tight end on an in route, that's gonna leave a little hole right there for him to catch a pass if there is a user over there and they're covering both the flat and the corner. And then of course with this play, I already said you have the one play touchdown against cover 3 that you can just kind of hit up every once in a while just like that. And as you see, it is pretty consistent, assuming their zones play right. I don't understand, again, like I said, why online it plays a little bit different. Now, the next play out of this that you can audible into is the run play, halfback zone. Now, this is obviously pretty self-explanatory. What I like to do is run it to the side with the receivers. And this is a little tip that a lot of people don't know. It's called power blocking. What you're gonna do is you're gonna motion this outside receiver, but before he even moves, you're gonna hike it. So I'm gonna press motion like 3 times, and then I'm gonna hike it, and he's gonna get a little boost off the line. So I'll run halfback zone a couple times for you guys just to see what is looking like with the blocks. It's pretty easy to get to the outside. The blocking is really good on this, and Adrian Peterson honestly is not even fast in this game, and he still got to the outside and got about 20 yards. So I'm gonna call it a few more times just to show you guys it's pretty good. And again, get on this outside receiver and power block him. And if you guys want to rewind it to see what I said, it's just where you motion him, but before he even moves, you hike it. He's gonna get a little boost off the line and go block a little bit faster. So again, I like to run to this side. If obviously they're crowding that left side, you can run to the other side. But most of the time, you're gonna have extra blockers over here. If that was just really bad stick by me, but I still got about 12 yards. As you see, that run play is very, very consistent. Now the next play in this is pretty self-explanatory. It's verticals. This play is pretty obvious. What I like to do to run this is motion this guy out on this side right here. And the first thing you want to look at, if they are not in a cloud flat or hard flat, you can just throw that wheel route really quick for 10 yards. And I'm telling you, that's going to frustrate a lot of people if they know they have to play. Now, if they are in a hard flat, I'll switch to a hard flat to show you. You motion this guy out. As you see there in a hard flat, it's going to be pretty obvious right off the ball that he's going to jump over to that wheel route. As you see, he jumped right there. But then you can just hit up the seam right there really quick. Now, obviously, if there's a user there, it's going to be a little bit different because the user is going to be covering over there most of the time if you have a bunch set over there. And I will say most of the time your opponent's going to be in either a hard flat or a cloud flat, so you're not going to be able to hit this wheel route very much. But something else I like to do is put your tight end on a drag route. Now as you see, you already got your running back on that purple route going off to the left sideline. Now the reason I put the tight end on a drag route is because if the user takes that tight end and follows him on the drag route, or there's a hard flat over there that's going to play the drag route, then it's going to allow your running back to come in behind and be open after the fact. Now obviously that's a little sketchy thrown against a user because you never know when he's going to peel back or whatever, but if you make a good read, that should be pretty effective. And then also, like I said, you could hit triangle on a quick seam, or you could wait a little bit, and if the user follows the drag or the running back, circle might be open over the middle. Also you could do is you could block your tight end for a little bit of extra protection. And again though, why I like to put him on the drag is also when you're running back, if you throw it to your running back, when you catch it, you're gonna have a lead blocker with that tight end. So I'm gonna go really quick and show you guys what that's gonna look like. So as you see, you could have thrown it either right there, but you got a quick 5-6 yards, and that's all you're really asking for out of this. And then like I said before, you can either hit this this guy right here on that little wheel, or you can hit a quick seam to triangle. Just like that. Now the final play I want to go over is cross drag, and this is my favorite play right here, and the reason is because you got Brown and Gresham on those double drags, and that's really hard to cover unless he's in a hard flat. And if he is in a hard flat, you got Brown and Fitzgerald also on like a little more backside type stuff. So I'm gonna just call this and show you guys the reads. You can literally throw to either. You can wait on the in route just like that and hit Fitzgerald across the middle. With crossing routes, it's really hard to stop. Something with cross drags I like to do is block the running back, just because he kind of gets in the way there. But again, this double crossing right here is really effective. And then also you have this backside in route that a lot of times the user is not going to pick up because it's so late coming across. Now if they do decide to play hard flats, which is going to probably cover that double drag combo you have going shallow with Brown and Gresham, your triangle receiver coming across the field, if you can get to the outside, will probably get open. If you can like roll out, if you have a mobile quarterback, as you see, triangle's open right there a little bit. You also have square on the in route. Like I said, that in route is super effective. So some other good plays you can have out of this formation is halfback draw. So if they are running like a cover 4 drop show 2 or anything with 3 down linemen, this halfback draw is really effective. The way I would like to run it, I'm not going to go into it, but I'm going to show you guys the way I'd like to run it is motion your outside receiver on the left over and then hike it when he's over by the tight end. So you have 2 on each side, and then you can get that draw going up the middle. And then another really good run play is strong power. This play is really effective, maybe better than halfback zone. You can choose between the two, run whichever one you like better. Strong power, also a really good run play. But basically I already have my audibles set up, so what I'm going to do on defense is go against a random defense, and I'm just going to show you guys what I would do. So let's just start with this cross drag right here. Looks like he's blitzing a little bit. Get to the tight end, and then that's about 6-7 yards. So this defense, I'm just gonna call halfback zone, call it to this side. Looks like this left side looks like pretty good to run on. See if we can get anything. There, we got about 9 yards on that. Now I'm just running plays consecutively, guys. Like, as you see, that double drag combo is really effective. I'm getting 11 yards on that. It's just a really quick read, especially if they're blitzing. It's a really good blitz beater. You just kind of just check it down to your tight end a lot of the time. So what I would recommend for that is having a really fast tight end, so we can get across the field and kind of outrun people. Here, this is obviously man coverage. What I'm going to try to do here is maybe run some verticals. And wow, Blaine Gabbert, excellent throw. All right, this is looking like a cover 3. I will run that spot option thing I was talking about before. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm putting square on a flat route, which is L2 when you do hot routes. So you go to hot route, your square receiver, put them on L2, which is a flat route, and then put your tight end on an in route and put the circle receiver on a fade. And just like that, he blitzed like all his linebackers, it seemed like, so I just threw it to the tight end. Got a pretty big gain right there. And I'm not really cutting anything out, you guys. I'm just kind of calling them as sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm just calling the plays and running them against the random defenses. Just trying to show you in an online situation what it's going to look like. Also, you're going to probably know your opponent's tendencies. Or, sorry, start to know your opponent's tendencies a little bit. Whoa, see, the spin moves here are so glitchy. Spin moves are so glitchy. You're going to start to learn your opponent's tendencies and be able to read their defense a little bit and know what works and what doesn't. So again, you're seeing a lot of the same things are open. This tight end coming across the middle is open. If there is a user on the field, the user might be able to cover that, and then in which case you're gonna have other things open as well. Like for instance, there I just threw a low pass to the in route. Low passes are really good. If you guys don't know how to throw a low pass, it's L1 and down on your analog stick. But low passes are super glitchy also. That in route across the middle, man, I just keep throwing that. Be careful, be on the lookout for users. And I guess you guys are probably getting the picture. I'm running this same play a lot. This is probably my favorite play out of it, the cross drags, because you got those double in routes. Those are really effective. You guys get the picture, I think. So that's the scheme that I've been running a lot online. Pistol bunch tight end, you guys. Hopefully you can find it in a playbook of your choosing. Again, the ones that I've used it out of is the Saints and the Jets. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it was helpful, be sure to leave a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.